Hey everybody, it's been a while since I did a video. I decided to come back and do a video today. Today we're going to be talking about verbal abuses. Verbal abuse is anything from you calling a person stupid, you're fat, you're ugly, you ain't never going to be nothing, nobody going to want you, who going to marry you, and things of that nature. This is a serious topic for me because most verbal abusers don't think that it's abuse. If you're constantly saying these things to people, it's abusive. Verbal abuse turns into emotional abuse. To me, those two types of abuse are even more serious than physical abuse. Because if someone hits you, that's going to heal. But the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse, it sticks with you. If somebody continues to call you fat, ugly, stupid, dumb, and all the other things that they say, those things begin to stick with you. You constantly telling somebody, oh, nobody's going to want you, it's going to stick with you. I find that a lot of women are victims of this type of abuse. Because maybe it was a man in their life that said, oh, nobody's going to want you. You too fat. You too skinny. Oh, you got too many kids. Who going to want to marry you? You too ugly. Oh, you dumb. You always being stupid. You always saying stupid shit out your mouth. And things of that nature. Those things, after a while, if you hearing it, you start to begin, oh, I'm stupid, I'm fat, I'm ugly, nobody's gonna want me, I got too many kids, I'm too skinny, I'm dumb, I'm always saying stupid stuff, so let me keep my mouth shut. And then it just continues to weigh on you, and you start to carry that as some form of a baggage to you. And then even when you try to leave that person, go into another relationship, guess what you do? You take those same things that were said to you and drilled in your head over and over again. You carry it with you. And then you attract the same type of person. People be like, oh, I'm not abusive. I'm not abusive. Yes, you are abusive. Those are the type of things that stick with me. Like, it's bothering me. Like, it's burning in my soul. Why would you want to be abusive? Why would you want to say those type of things to a person? Before you start to say those things to somebody, ask yourself, how would you feel if somebody said those things to you? It's only but so much a person can take before they get to that point where they really believe these things or they actually snap. Continue to take this type of treatment is not good for you. Everybody talks about self-care, and I'm going to tell you, self-care is not continuing to tolerate that. You don't have to tolerate that type of treatment. The same way you wouldn't tolerate somebody putting their hands on you, don't tolerate somebody talking to you any kind of way, calling you names. Your mother and father gave you a name, and I'm quite sure it wasn't dumb, stupid, idiot, or none of those other things. And your parents probably never even called you that. So don't allow anybody else to call you those things. Those things are not cool. If a person loves you, guess what they're not going to do? They're not going to call you any of those things. I don't care how much they say, oh, I love you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Oh, I was drinking, it was the liquor, oh, it was the pills. Nah, it wasn't none of that. It was you. It was you. It wasn't any of those things. My mom taught me that a drunk tongue speaks a sober mind. So if we get into an argument or this is something that you constantly do every day that you drink, guess what? This is really what you've been wanting to say. And if you're the type of person that constantly drinks every day, that means every day you saying these things. It's not cool. And if you love a person, you build them up. You want them to be the best that they can. You speak only positive words to them. You don't speak negative words to them. You're not constantly telling the person you love, oh, you ain't never going to be nothing. Oh, you dummy. Oh, you just worthless. That's not what you're saying. Instead, you're saying you're beautiful. You can do anything you put your mind to. Yeah, you can just do it. Focus on it. And if you're saying these things to your man, you're saying to your man, you're handsome, you're strong, you can do anything that you want to do. Build them up. Because guess what? If you don't build them up, somebody else will at some point. Somebody will come and uplift that person. Because nobody's going to continue to allow you to just talk to them any kind of way. And we have to know that the things that we do, it come back to us. You know, before it used to take forever for karma to come back. Karma's coming back quicker these days. And no, we don't do evil for evil because the Bible says do not do evil for evil. But at the same time, we have to know if God loves us, And he would never say these things to us. Why would we allow somebody else to say these things to us? God only speaks of us as good things. God created us in his image. God said that he created us right under the angels. So if God is not saying we're stupid, we fat, we ugly, we skinny, we black, we ain't never going to be nothing, we worthless, why would we allow man to say these things to us? Man not being gender specific. We have to take back that power that these abusers have over us. Take it back. Take it back. And I'm going to say us, because at some point, guess what? Even I had one of those. I say all the time, when I do my videos or I say things, or even when I'm doing my events, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from where I've been. Even when I'm practicing, you know, I'm practicing in church for sermons, or I'm writing as I grow spiritually. These are all things that I've gone through. These are things that I've seen. This is why I can tell you that you don't deserve it. You don't deserve that treatment. You are much better than that. Much, much better than that. You know, I know some people say, oh, there's no God. How do I know it's a God? How do I know the Bible's real? For people who know me, they know I tell them all the time. I know it was a God, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I would be someone else. Be somewhere else. I wouldn't be able to tell you, don't tolerate certain treatment. I wouldn't be here to tell you that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I wouldn't be here to tell you that you don't have to settle for that, because you should never settle. Settling only leads you to heartache and pain. Don't settle. If that person doesn't love you the way you deserve to be loved, leave them alone. Let them go. Let them go wherever they want. If they don't value you, let them go. Because somebody out there will value you. Somebody out there will love you. Somebody out there will treat you the way you need to be treated. Don't just settle for anything because you feel like I'm getting too old, I should be married. Or, oh, I got so many kids and this person want to be here. No, don't settle for that. Settling gets you more heartache than anything. Ask God for what you want. He's going to give it to you. Be very specific about what you ask for. I'm going to say that part again. Be very specific about what you ask for. Give all the details when you're talking to God and you're asking him for someone. Because when you're asking him for someone, you're never going to ask him for somebody that's verbally abusive or physically abusive or emotionally abusive. So ask him for what you want. So if you don't see what you want in this person, let him go. Because God is not sending you. God is not going to send you somebody that is not what you asked for. So ask for him. Ask for exactly what you're looking for. Exactly what you want. And make sure you come to this person with the same intentions that they come to you. And make sure that you're coming with the same things that you're asking of them. You can't ask someone for them not to be abusive, but you're abusive. You can't ask for somebody not to be a drinker, but you're a drinker. You can't ask for somebody you can't ask somebody to be spiritual, but you're not spiritual. So whatever you're asking for, make sure you are all those things. You can't say, oh, I want my man or I want my woman to have a job and you don't have a job. Can't say, I want my man to have a car and I don't have a car. Be real about the things we're asking for, because you're going to end up getting the wrong things. You asking for something and that's not what that you bring into the table. You're going to end up with a verbal abuser. You're going to end up with that. And like I said, nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. Self-care, first and foremost, self-care is very, very important. Love yourself. When you love yourself, you know you do not have to tolerate the verbal abuse. When you love yourself, you know you don't have to tolerate the physical abuse, the financial abuse. It's so many different versions of abuse and abusive relationships that sometimes go unspoken. There's places out there that can help you if you are going through some type of abuse or you are a victim of domestic violence. Seek help. There's a domestic violence hotline. Get the information. Contact them if you feel like you're going through these things. Speak to your families. If you go to church, speak to your pastor. Get a prayer partner so they can tell you, like, no, these are not things that you need to endure, especially if you got kids. And then, just like I'm saying this about relationships, do not pour this type of negativity into your kids either. Because if you pour this type of negativity into your kids, guess what they do? They take that type of negativity and they pour it into their kids and they pour it into their relationships. And negativity is only going to get more negativity. So be mindful how we talking to our kids. Same way you don't want nobody talking to you like that, don't talk to your kids like that. Because these kids are young and impressionable. So they're going by what they see. If they see a mommy getting beat, they see a mommy getting talked to any kind of way, they think it's okay. Our boys are going to talk to their women like that. Our women are going to date guys who do these things. So be mindful. And then guess what? They start talking to their siblings like that. So be mindful what you allow someone to do to you. Whether you by yourself, when you're in front of your kids, be mindful. You don't want that type of stuff going into your kids. I wouldn't want my worst enemy to endure verbal abuse or physical abuse or any other type of domestic violence, because it's just not cool. It's not. So if you know somebody, help them get help. Pray for them. Keep them in prayer, because sometimes they don't realize that they are victims. Pray for them. Just keep praying for them and let them know that that's not love. Pray for their strength to walk away. Pray for their strength to know better. Pray for them so that they can remain safe. And help them get the help that they need. Like I said, in every state there are domestic violence numbers that you can call if you need help. And agencies. Reach out to your local law enforcement agencies. They have victim advocate services. Reach out to a domestic violence shelter if you need to get away. But don't tolerate just any type of treatment. I know I probably did a video about this before, but I can't help but to speak about it, because this is something serious, and I begin to see more and more of it every day. It was a song, I believe it was Love is Blind by Eve, where she spoke about a man don't love you if he hits you. Yes, it was just a song, but the words were real. These are real issues. Like I said, this is real issues, real answers with stuff. Now, I may not have every answer, but if you leave me a comment or call our number, send a message on our Instagram page, which is Real Issues with Stuff _ or send a message on our Facebook page, Real Issues, Real Answers with Stuff. We'll get back to you with some type of information that you need, or if you need a number, just reach out to us. And if I'm in your city or you want me to come and speak to somebody, let me know. I have some clips, some other clips from a video I did, from an event I did Saturday, Breaking the Chains. There's also some clips here from my event Day of Release. We got to take back our families. We got to strengthen our families, and the way to do it is by building a strong foundation. And we can't do it alone. It's going to take a village, and it's going to take some prayer. It's going to take God and prayer first. It's going to take faith first. Because faith, if you have faith, anything is possible. And faith without works is dead. So if you have the faith, then let's put some work into it so we can bring everything that we want into fruition. Help our sisters, help our brothers, help our children. Let them know this is not the way. It's something better and that they deserve better. Instead of speaking negatively into our children, speak to them that you deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve better. You can do better. You can be better. You can have the world if you want it. Speak positive things to them. There's no limits that they can't reach. Speak those things to them. It's important. Speak only positive things into our children. Thank you for your time. You have a great evening. It's been Real Issues with Real Answers.